The secret towards being more mindful throughout your day lies in the Tibetan translation of the word meditation, which is to become familiar with. And how this helps you to catch yourself in the moments when you're not mindful is what this video is about. I used to meditate for like 6 months or even 12 months, but there were still so many moments throughout my day where I was responding in an unconscious and reactive way. My behavior didn't really reflect the time that I've been practicing meditation. And more practice of meditation and mindfulness wasn't really the answer. I needed to look closer into my brain and figure out how I can train it to remind myself whenever I was not mindful. Before we get into details of this video, I want to tell you that you can get a copy of my book, Unlimited Freedom, Your Guide to an Awakened Life, for free if you comment Unlimited Freedom below this video, and each Monday I will pick a winner who will get the book in ebook format for free. So just comment Unlimited Freedom below if you want to win a copy of this book. So how do we practice mindfulness throughout the day and catch ourselves whenever we are not mindful? It's in fact quite simple. We're going to utilize a built-in mechanism in our brain called pattern recognition. And the first steps towards utilizing this mechanism is to become familiar with what not mindful actually is like. What's the experience of being not mindful like? And then what's the experience of being mindful like? For example, not mindful in my case is when I'm distracted, when I have lots of thoughts in my head, when I feel frustrated, when I'm judgmental, when I'm resisting what is. And moments when I'm mindful are when I'm fully present, when there are only very little, if maybe sometimes no thoughts at all, when I feel like I'm in the flow, when I'm not judging what is as good or bad, when I'm not resisting my emotions or the people or the situations that I'm facing. So really get clear for yourself what it is like when you're not mindful, and also what it is like when you are mindful, so you can get familiar with those two things, because these are the patterns that we want to train our brain to recognize. Here is why utilizing this process, this built-in mechanism of pattern recognition is so powerful. Because right now the reality is probably looking like this for you. To go from mindful to not mindful, that process is automatic and it happens quite often. And you don't have to do anything. But if you want to go from not mindful to mindful, you really have to first catch yourself. Then you have to really invest some conscious effort. You have to focus on your breath. You have to practice being in the moment, to fully experiencing whatever it is more fully through your senses, to be really present, to really let go of the judgments you have. You see, that's a deliberate effort you have to make. However, what we want to do, we want to make that automatic. So the process from not mindful to mindful becomes automatic. You no longer have to invest so much effort into it, but it becomes our default state. And this automatic transition from not mindful to mindful can happen when the command that I wrote down here is carried out by the brain. Because if our brain is able to recognize that we are not mindful very fast, then we can tell it to carry out the process. For example, focus on breath, do a simple meditation, or be fully present in the moment, let go of judgment, and to do that really automatic. And do that until you reach state B, which is mindful, which has these characteristics. And since we have trained our brain to recognize those two patterns, this becomes easier and easier the more often this command is carried out. And what I found is the more often I run this command, the more familiar I get with what it means for me to be not mindful, what it means for me to be mindful. The more practice I get at the process, the faster my brain is able to switch me from not mindful to mindful automatic. And now I've reached a point where I'm rarely overreacting, because I become aware when I'm not mindful before I carry out an unconscious reaction. So I actually get into the state of mindfulness before I decide what response I choose to a certain situation, to a certain person, so that it always reflects my state of being mindful. And I spend most of my days in the state of being fully present, which means anxiety or stress doesn't really have a chance to affect me at all. If stress or anxiety starts to arise, my brain automatically recognizes that I'm in the state of not mindful and transitions me into the state of mindful, nearly automatic. Key to make this work is really to have a daily regular meditation routine, because first of all, this helps you to train yourself to go from not mindful to mindful. It also helps you become more familiar with the state of mindfulness, of being fully present. However, if you don't have a regular meditation routine or found it hard to stick to, I suggest you check out this video here, where I share with you how you can turn meditation into a daily normal habit. And remember that if you want to win a free ebook copy of the book Unlimited Freedom, Your Guide to an Awakened Life, comment Unlimited Freedom below this video. And if you want to receive a notification whenever I release a new video like this, I suggest you click the subscribe button in this corner of the video.